Hello Gemini, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. This could be someone you've had a connection with in the past, a relationship in the past. It could also be a current relationship, but there's not a whole lot of communication. For others of you, this could be a situationship, and, well, fell right on my arm. And others of you, it could be someone that you've met. You know, there's a whole lot of connection there, chemistry, but no one's really speaking up. It's not moving forward. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to give or to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. So it's interesting, you have here 1, 2. 2 cards that are a little dark, sad actually, restrictions and upsetness. But the rest of the cards show some transition, changes. First card, the strongest we have here, creativity, followed by surrender. After that we have power, illness, wellness, laughter, healing, victim, abundance. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have awakening. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Gemini, the connection that I have with you, it is deep. And even though there is distance, a part of me wants to create something with you. Something that'll be long-lasting for the world to see. A web of love that I would love to weave and have you as the center of my world. A part of me is also surrendered to you. It may not seem like it right now, but if you lead, I would follow. I have surrendered my mind, my heart, and my body to you. And I feel as if I belong to you and you belong to me. I also know that in this connection, there has been a lot of temptation that I have tried to resist. You are so tempting. You can seduce without even trying. In this connection, I have seen and experienced a sense of vulnerability. I feel emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees. You make me feel powerless, and you don't realize how much power you truly have over me. Certain things have happened in this connection, and though it may have seemed as if you and I were on the right path, on the same path together, yes, things changed. Things changed, and what I'm experiencing now is not being able to achieve the things that I have wanted to. I can't be with you the way that you want me to be because of the circumstances that I'm in, the restrictions, the burdens, the restraints, the constraints that I have. I am burdened, and I am unable to be with you the way that you want me to. These things, they weigh me down below the surface of this water. And because I can't give to you what it is that you want, it makes me feel depressed, devastated, and I live in despair, a sense of hopelessness, wanting to be above the water, not drowning, seeing you and your shining face as the sun. You are bright, feeling that warmth and feeling that radiance, that happiness that comes from you. I want to be there. I want to be that person. But there are certain things and frustrations at home, delays that have occurred in my life, restrictions that I just can't let go of. I can't push these responsibilities away. I'm stuck. And I feel that in you I have found a best friend. This is what I feel, and this is how I value you now. That you are a best friend. You are a confidant. Someone who I can trust with my life. You know what makes my heart happy. You know what makes me tick. You are that ray of sunshine on the cloudiest of days. Again, you are the sun. Bright, you lead me home and you keep me warm. The things that I have done, the things that I have put you through, Gemini, I am now healing from that. Why do I need healing? I've realized now, by hurting you, I ended up hurting myself. I feel that pain, the suffering and the sorrow that you went through. And I have started to take a step back, to question myself. What kind of relationship do I have with myself? How can I be in a relationship with someone else when I don't even know who I am, why I do the things that I do? How can I be a better human being? I feel that in this connection, it's important for me to take a step back. And that is what I have done. I want to be a hermit for a while. Contemplation, introspection, forcing myself into isolation, forcing myself into loneliness, seeing and hoping maybe that things will change. But I need to know why I do the things that I do and why I treated you this way. I'm healing also because in this connection there has been a sense of victimization. Feeling victimized. It's not easy. I feel that I have taken advantage of you. I took you for granted. I didn't value you. And everything that has happened over time, it's almost as if there was emotional and psychological manipulation. Here, there is a sense of victimization. One has become the victim, a victim of another's desires. For now, there are many restrictions, things that hold me back, burdens that weigh me down. I want to be that person who can provide and become stable. But money has always been an issue. It's always been on my mind as well. I know you and I could be a power couple if I really tried. I also know that stability, having a future together, building together, having a home is important. And I know that my circumstances prevent me from being that person that could achieve just that. Overall, I have awakened. I've had an awakening. I've realized that I finally see from your perspective. I could see things from your shoes. I can put myself into this position and understand what it is that I put you through. And because I realized this, what I put you through, now I feel the need to heal. Because I know what I did was very wrong. And it hurt a lot. It never should have happened. For now, a part of me stays in this happy bubble where I feel that I'm yours. And if you would lead, I would eventually follow. But for now, I'm keeping my distance. I do not open up. I do not talk. Because I myself am trying to figure out who I am and what do I do? Why do I behave like this? I have detached myself from the everyday world to regain balance, to know more, and to focus, and to not be distracted. All right. Gemini. We have a situation here where somebody feels as if they are the victim. In this connection, something happened. There was manipulation to some degree. And somebody here may have felt very used, misused, taken for granted. Someone here took took advantage of someone. But it got to the point where it became toxic. And your person of interest here, Gemini, they started to realize that what they're doing is not good. What they've done in the past was not good, and they had to stop it. So if you are wondering, why did this person stop communicating with you? It's because whatever was happening really should not have been happening the way that it was. There are better options. There are better scenarios. This person found themselves in a situation where they knew whatever they were doing was not right. They also may have been a little controlling, stubborn with a power card. Someone in this connection, either yourself or them, sometimes the power card also indicates what they're thinking about. They think of you. They realize and they think that you are very alpha. So it could be an alpha male, alpha female. But it could also be that this person is very alpha. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing Emperor. So yes, this person is very alpha. It's their way or the highway. Not good. They may love you the way that you want to be loved, but they're not loving you. Let me say that again. They may love you the way that they want to love you, but they may not love you the way that you want to be loved. Okay, I have two cards that actually fell out. I'm going to bring both of them out. Yikes. Goodness gracious me. Gemini. Not good, but this is simply the explanation as to what happened back then. So this is the Lover's Path Tarot, and I like to have a look at this particular deck in the reverse. So I do like to see this one in the reverse. And in this deck, what I look at is what happened in the first place in this connection. Things were going great. They were going fine. Everything was going uphill, but then boom, something happened and it came crashing down. You never got the closure that you deserved. This person may have abandoned you. They may have faded over time. They may have acted in a way that was just as if they're a stranger. And you're wondering, where did I go wrong? What did I do to deserve this? The communication has decreased, but you don't know what happened. They may have just ghosted you. All right. The first set of cards that we just saw, for those of you who are new, that is the current status. These are a little in the past in this connection. Certain things that were going on in this person's heart and their mind that they were not telling you at the time, why they were behaving like that. Now I'm going to read this entire thing. 4 of Arrows is huge. All of these cards they're very, very meaningful. The 4 of Arrows talks about healing, introspection, and isolation. Now, if you go back, the healing card is exactly that. The healing card does talk about introspection, isolation, being in that hermit state. So it's interesting how they were in this state. They started this state back then, but even up until now, they are still in that mindset. They have not changed that. All right. This person needed time to heal or rest. Peace was needed after emotional disappointment, and detachment was needed from the everyday world to regain balance. Enforced isolation and loneliness, needing a more detached viewpoint of problems. Goodness gracious me, that is exactly most of them the same words I said a while ago with the other one. Exact same. Okay, we have here temptation. Now this is interesting. Temptation talks about inner turmoil and obsession. Tempted by forces that one could not control. An obsession in the form of envy. Having intense sensual desires. The need to be controlling. Interesting how I said you did have that alpha state in this connection. Either it's you or them. But there is someone here that needs to be controlling. What they wanted, though, in the reverse, it says here, they wanted freedom from this type of temptation. It makes them weak, and that's a problem. Here, they wanted to experience the envy of others, and they wanted to transform this weakness into a strength. The fact that you make them feel like putty. Remember we had the power card, right? So the power card, to me, as I interpreted it, it also talks about feeling vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees. Literally, this person feels very weak to the point where it is starting to affect their everyday habits or behaviors, their work. It's starting to interfere. So those intense feelings that they have, but on a physical level, are starting to interfere. And that's why they realize, whoa, I need to take a step back. I need to think clearly and not be addicted and obsessed with my Gemini. Why? Because it is not the right thing to do. Remember, you did have the healing card, right? You did have that card. And right beside it, I believe you did have the victim card, yes. So victimization, the victim of one's desires. Here, these two cards really go hand in hand with that. That's really amazing the way this popped up. It's meant to be, that's why they came up like this. So definitely somebody here feels like the victim in this connection. Somebody here feels used. There was a lot of sexual energy. And unfortunately, what happened was somebody was, and it's hard to say, but it's hard to say it in a nice way, but somebody here was used to the point where the other person who was the user realized that they are a crappy human being and that they need to stop. That is why they took a step back and they were trying to heal, because what they did, they know, was very, very wrong. And it's a very unique situation because these two cards are very reflective of the first ones that we had, the first batch of cards that we had, which was the healing card. And then after that, we had the victim card. So it's interesting how these just came up like that. We here also have the 6 of Arrows. So the overall arching theme. The 6 of Arrows here talks about how there was more understanding that was needed. More understanding was needed in order to understand the situation before it could have been changed. There may have been some type of delays here. Transitions, a lack of transition, a lack of movement, and a lack of travel. Knowledge was needed to help one move beyond the current limitations that they had. A detachment was needed to better understand a situation. So it's interesting, both of these cards now talk about detachment. So detaching and moving on in order to understand something. Understand what? Not you, Gemini. They're not trying to understand you. They are trying to understand why they do the things that they do, because they know that what they're doing is not right. Now that's good. They grew a conscience. That's good. All right. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. Let's have a look. So these are any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have. Something might pop up. All right. Ooh, crappers, crappers, crappers. So you know how you just saw this card, Temptation? Okay. In this deck, Temptation is the Devil card. And here you got the Devil card. So, oh my gosh. You guys got to be careful who you're dealing with here. It's very lustful. Sure, it may be passionate, but understand, you might think it's passionate from your point of view. You wouldn't be here if there was love. Okay? If there was love, you'd be happy and you'd be with this person. There's a problem here, clearly. This individual may be highly sexed. They may be just, they're obsessed with you. They're sexually obsession. This is what this card talks about. But it's a good thing because they have taken that initiative to take a step back. Okay? This is really very intense. Tell me about your story. Who the heck are you involved with here? What's going on? I understand it gets hot and heavy, this, that, and the other, but this is a little too much. 3 times this theme has kind of popped up now. I mean, intense connection. I'm seeing the words. I'm also seeing I'm not seeing explosive fireworks, but I'm seeing the words explosive fireworks. So yes, whoever you are out there, I understand how satisfying this physical connection may be. Very nice. Very good. I love it. Gemini, there is transition. There's some change here, and this is what we needed. So you remember how you had that whole 4 of Swords? It wasn't a 4 of Swords. Yes, 4 of Arrows. And we also have here the Hermit card, right? That healing is needed. That healing is needed because what ended up happening here is because of the Devil card. Yeah, the 4 of Arrows. I'm just going to double check that one. 4 of Arrows. So the issue here, first card is the strongest. We have the Devil. The Devil card here talks about, again, sexual obsession, feeling like one has to dominate or be in control of the situation. But it also becomes a card that talks about fear, being afraid. Also being tied to someone karmically in a way where no matter what you do, no matter where you go, you just cannot, I'm getting the word unbind. Somebody here might be bound. Hopefully there's no black magic or witchcraft. I'm seeing karmic partners. Some of you are. But hopefully there's not that type of a bind around you. But what I'm seeing here is that you guys are like bound together. This is what you feel like. No matter how far you go, it's like you're linked. And there's always something that happens and you always end up thinking about each other. But it's gotten to the point where it might be toxic at this point in time. This is a problem now. This is no longer fun and games. It's actually become a problem. Maybe not for you, but for this person, it's become a problem. Clearly, remember, they can't even think straight anymore. Everything they're doing is based on their physical reactions that they have when they think about you, and they can't think straight. So they're trying to take a step back here, but there is a sense of fear and paranoia, not knowing really where this is headed. But also, sometimes it talks about that toxic feeling where it's just a little too much, a little too lustful, a little too physical. We also have two aces here, really nice. Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So what's really good is the Ace of Swords is here. Somebody now is finally, this person is finally starting to think things in a brilliant sort of way with that mindset where it is all about logic, the rationale, practicality, realism. They're not thinking of things as they used to before, okay? Their mindset is changing. And this is the desire to have the truth, to cut to the heart of the matter, and to be that person who can actually make it happen. I do see this person wanting to initiate in that way, almost in a mature sort of way. They're trying to act more mature than they were before. We also have here an excellent card, Ace of Cups. Yes. So there is an offer of love coming now. Along with all that lust and that passion, we finally have this layer of love. Yes, this layer of love is coming in. It's really good. I'm seeing it come in like, I see a cake, but the icing on the cake is actually being added, and it's very, it melts. It melts. It's like the icing is very liquidy. It sounds weird if I say this, but it's almost like if you warm up toothpaste a little bit, or kind of like batter. It's like batter, I would say. It just kind of, it's flowing, but this is what I'm seeing. This person is this icing. You are the cake. They're the icing. They're slowly going to cover and immerse. You are going to be immersed in this icing. And it's sweet, but it's soft. It's gentle. It's malleable. It's not like hard, right? It's, this person is trying to be flexible. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to be flexible. So remember that whole power card being very hard-headed in a way. I don't see this person being as hard-headed anymore. I see them being very open, trying to adjust, trying to accommodate, trying to be the person that you need them to be. Hallelujah. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, God. Okay, that's good. This means that in this lifetime, whatever the connection you guys have, this was a lesson that this person was supposed to learn. And you have given them and taught them this lesson. So good for you. Yay. You probably never even wanted to go through anything like this. This is too much for you to handle. But these life lessons happen. And once someone has learned that lesson, they're good to go. That's a soul's goal, to be bigger and better than what they were before, and to experience all that they possibly can, the good, bad, and the ugly on planet Earth. This person has experienced a lot. You have gone through a lot. But you could see here how this person started to transition, my God, from the devil to somebody who is absolute love. Right? Absolute love. We have here the King of Cups. This is a king. Wow. You don't have a page, a knight, a queen. No, you got a king. Good for you, Gemini. Good for you. Very happy for you. Very happy. It's like you, what do you call it? You stuck it through. I don't know if that's the correct term to use, but you stuck by it, right? You went through it. You what's the word? Oh, goodness me, I can't. It's not that you, wow, the word's not coming to my mind. No. Okay, I'm not going to think of the word because I can't think of it. I'm just going to explain what it is, right? You withstood, I guess, the test of time and endure. That's the word I'm looking for. Endure. And you endured so much. You had to endure all of this, and now finally you actually are able to see the result, and you will be able to see this. This person may act as if they're a little cold in the beginning. However, deep down, they really do love you now. Okay, they're going to. Here we have the cups with the love, but we also have an individual who realizes how emotional you really make them. You have this power of making them emotional, and they never truly realize this. Now, the overall arching theme is the Two of Swords. Certain things about this situation have really annoyed this individual. They want peace. They want truce. They want things to just settle down, and they want stability and closure. But even before that, they will get to that, but even before that, what they're doing is they've blindfolded themselves. They don't want to see anything. They don't want to hear anything. They've crossed these swords across their heart. Nothing comes to them. Nothing goes in, nothing goes out. Okay? This person wants to completely be in denial. But the problem is they know deep down that it has to be solved. This is a problem that needs to be resolved. And eventually things will work out. And I do see that here. Gemini, I hope to God that many of you are resonating with this, because if the rest of the reading is something that you've gone through, then hopefully this too will come to fruition. Something good will occur. All right. And guys, remember, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, it just means that you deserve someone better. That's what it is. That's the reason why certain things just don't work out. Because the celestial beings, God, the angels, know that your level is up here, and they need to find someone who's at the same level as you, and then you can be happy. All right. I have your Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. Okay. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. So interesting, we have here romance. So first card's the strongest, and this card also talks about this connection being a spiritual connection. So you guys could be soulmates, karmic partners, twin flames. We have here romance followed by no. You're ready. Okay, this is a really, really interesting message coming through, and it almost reads like a sentence, actually. It's going to be pretty short. I thought this may extend into a longer reading. So this is what's happening. This is your message. Gemini, this is a spiritual connection. Some of you may have had a past life connection with this person. Some of you may think that, no, you are not ready. But here the answer is yes. No, you are ready. You are ready. What are you ready for? You have been, metaphorically speaking, through hell and back. You have been there, done that. You have experienced it all, which has made you a stronger person. It has made you a stronger individual. And therefore, you are ready to tackle anything that comes your way. We also have here, listen to your intuition. And helpful people. Listen to your intuition when you talk to helpful people. These people that you're going to talk to, you'll be talking about this connection, about the issues that you may be facing, some guidance that you may need to get that information. But whatever these helpful people, your friends, family, a therapist, counselor, whatever this individual tells you, or helpful people, whatever the videos or the books tell you, you are going to gain some information from that. And the only reason this card comes up, it's because there's something in this connection right now that is lacking. And you may not have the full information that you need in order to make things a bit easy for yourself, to make things better in this connection. So get more information. You don't have to go searching for it. Talk to some people and certain things will just occur to you. It's like, oh wow, I never knew that, or I never thought of that. But it can only happen, guys, if you go out and actually talk to people. That's what they're there for, right? And read some books on relationships. If it's a communication problem, read up about that, or relationship problem, read about that. If it's something to do with religion, a person may have a completely different faith or belief. Why do they do the things that they do? Read up about that. You guys have to read or have a look at videos or talk to people, but whatever it is, it all comes from people who are helpful. Okay, people that have created content. That it could also be. Now, eventually, whatever happens, it does recommend here to listen to your intuition. At the end of the day, people may say what they need to. You may read what you need to read and learn, but listen to your gut instinct. And usually the first guess, the first instinct is the correct one. Don't second guess yourself. Never do that. We also have here remain positive. The overall arching theme. This is not bad. This is actually really good. This does show me that there's some type of a positive outcome here, and so therefore they are telling you to remain positive because eventually things are going to turn out well. Gemini, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situation. Abundance will be given to you as well through the information and through these people that you're going to be connecting with. Maybe some old friends, some family members, people that you trust, people that you know that they love you. If you feel that anybody is jealous, don't even tell them about your story. Just stay away from them. For some of you who are interested in love readings, so officially, guys, my reading is over. Thank you for tuning in. So if some of you are interested in love readings, I do have personal, private love readings. I do have a package for that on my website. The link is below for my website. Or if you want, you could just type it in. It's www.asnointia.com and go to the rates and packages section. You will see some packages that I still have available. And these packages, one of them is for past life and spiritual connections. The other one is for actual love readings, and I have one open for it's called a chakra checkup package. So that's when I do have the ability to look into the area where you live, so the home. How many negative energies are there in your home, around your aura, hovering around your aura and inside of your body, which is your chakra centers? We don't know, but many of us have a lot. I've only done one reading once, and this person lived in Spain in the countryside. They were a hermit. They didn't have any. First person I've ever done a reading for that was like shocking. I was shocked, but it kind of made sense. That's why people sometimes remain as hermits. No contact with the outside world, so you do not have any challenges. But I personally would not recommend being a hermit. It's interesting because some people do have these things, and it can be brought into your life through other people, through trauma even. This is, of course, a pseudoscience. This is a metaphysical thing in nature, so it's very difficult to prove it, but I've seen it way too many times where people have said, yes, this is the result. And you eventually know, okay, I'm doing something right here. So the package that I have is to teach you how to get rid of these things. Very simple, easy method. These things could be jinns, demons, evil spirits. This kind of stuff could be black magic. If you feel your house is haunted even, anything that's negative, sleep paralysis, creepy things like that, right? Stuff that kind of freaks you out, that's supernatural. This package that I have, it will help you get rid of that kind of stuff. And if you don't want a personal reading, you can always get the Holy Light package. That is a self-help guide, and that is also quite effective, equally as effective. Gemini, please let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. And I do read the comments as much as I can, and I do reply as much as I can. Also, your comments help me create content for another channel that I have. Some of you already know. It's called Asnointia Audio, and that is on YouTube. The videos are absolutely free, just like this channel. The videos there I do have are on past life and spiritual connections. What and who are those type of things. Also, relationship-related advice, videos. I also have one on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove. It's really important to have a look at that too, because you have here remain positive. The only reason it's coming up here, it's because there may have been some negativity in your life. And so you feel very negative. With that negativity, we unknowingly attract negative energies. That's why it's important to, if you want, get the Holy Light package or a personalized reading with a chakra checkup. Now, on this channel, soon, very soon, either this upload or the next, there is going to be a new video, and that is the topic of letting go and moving on, how to let go and move on. It's a huge topic. A lot of people have a problem with this. Like they just don't know how, they just cannot. Years go by and we waste our time. We don't even know that we are missing out on building memories, right? Either with someone new or even just as our happy selves, being with ourselves, loving ourselves. So it's important for me to create that, because too many people I've seen over the years when I do these personalized readings, it's very difficult for people to move on. And in the comments below as well, I have seen that this is the issue. So hopefully, fingers crossed, when it's uploaded, you guys will really love that one, and it'll be very helpful for some of you out there that need that sort of guidance and help. All right, Gemini, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys again. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you. Take care. Stay safe. Bye now.